TTT Designs in Fairfield. They can bring your design to life. Stop in and let TTT Designs complete your vision. Custom printing available on shirt sizes newborn through 5XL. Visit them Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 1411 West Main in Fairfield.
I'm back. Ready to do some more computer-generated bunk here on the radio station in Fairfield, Illinois, WFIW-FM.
You don't look like a computer.
Well, that's the thing that's most concerning about it.
Well, we are the Bunk Meisters.
We got a bunch of bunk for you this morning between 8 and 9 o'clock. Dave Rigg here.
Or of course you could also say we're the Bullmeisters.
we can push a little bull around as well. Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's right.
My good friend, our good friend, the friend of the radio station, Dave Rigg here. Dave, good morning.
Good morning.
Couple things I need to point out, and then I need for you to weigh in. First of all, Odie said it was KO Wednesday yesterday,
right.
Ken Odie Wednesday, and he was going to bring in some embarrassing questions, and we were going to learn more about you. What did you reveal that was embarrassing?
Nothing.
Well, then it wasn't much of a program
I'm
without
not
me.
an embarrassing type person. I don't embarrass myself.
Nothing there?
Most days.
Well, I didn't listen to it.
Well, when I embarrass myself, I don't plan it. It just happens.
And the next
Straight out of the blue.
Next thing you know, you're at Christie's. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Got a message from our good friend Chris Connard from his appearance on Tuesday.
Has he got a song for us yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're still looking for a theme song, by the way, Dave. So, if you know anybody that could generate some sort of morning coffee.
Well, I know a few keyboard players that might be able to put something together.
We're looking for it. Well, original composition, no words,
Right.
just a theme song for morning coffee. We'd love to have it.
Yeah, we would even accept whistling along with that. Or humming.
Well, I mean,
or a kazoo.
That worked for Andy Griffith's show.
Absolutely, that's what I thought.
Which is going to be our trivia.
Oh, good,
for
good.
today.
Oh,
Andy
Andy
Griffith's
Griffith's
show.
trivia. All right.
Superb. All right, let me see what other bunk I've got here. Anyway, Chris Connard,
Yeah.
who was here the day before last.
Yeah.
Said,
Brought
you remember?
those cinnamon rolls. From
Yes, he
Batter
did.
Up Bakery.
Yeah, they finally got cleaned up here.
Finally.
Oh, they were gone faster than I thought.
Oh, they were gone. They were gone. Yes, there was the empty box was in the trash can yesterday morning.
Double D. Well, anyway, you remember Connard said he's got two nicknames.
Oh yeah, Big Sexy and CC.
Yeah, Double C.
Double C.
He says, go with Double C. I said, why's that? He says, because when I left here from the radio station, he says, I had a client, and a woman waiting for me there at the door, and she said, I've been waiting for you, Big Sexy. He didn't think that was appropriate anymore. So
the nickname, just to clarify, the nickname that we came up for him was CC.
yes.
Who, Double D?
No, Chris Connard.
He
Chris
came
Connard,
up with
okay.
Big Sexy. Or
He's
somebody-
I didn't do
Yeah,
that.
he was the one that came up with it, not
Well,
you.
He's running from it now.
Yeah.
He said all day, all he got was messages from people with the opening salutation being,
Hey, Big Sexy.
"Hey, Big Sexy."
All right,
Okay.
so that's that. All right, I gotta ask our member of the Edwards County Athletic Hall of Fame your take on the Mount Carmel news, Dave Rigg.
On the Mount Carmel news. Oh, I see.
Yes.
About
Getting
the,
out of the Big 8 conference.
Okay. Well, first of all, it's good for the school because there was never any rivalry developed between Mount Carmel and those Evansville or Indiana area schools. And it was, it was done because it was difficult for Mount Carmel to get into any other conference because of the success of their football team and recently their basketball team. But my personal feeling is eventually they will be admitted to maybe the Little Illini Conference because the Little Illini Conference is having more and more of these smaller schools drop out.
Okay.
And really, I believe the schools like Robinson and Marshall and Paris, they can compete with Mount Carmel in football.
Okay.
And so I think it would be a good fit. But, I go back.
But they wouldn't play. They've got to find a schedule.
But that's the problem with this IHSA change. There is no need for a conference in football anymore.
Yeah.
And so the only reason that they would want to possibly get into a conference is for basketball, baseball, volleyball.
Still got a full schedule there.
Right. Right.
And I was told by a source from Mount Carmel earlier this year they've been looking for ways to get out of that conference for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
because They
Yeah.
can't compete.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was here during the era when they had T-shirts, and I'm sorry, I got that camera on my YouTube stuck on you, Dave, and that could turn viewers away.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
Right.
I was here.
Might help me find a new wife.
It might. Here he is. He's available.
Yeah, there
All
you
right. I was here when they were printing T-shirts over there with the scores in little footballs on the back. Lawrence, 70-0 over Lawrenceville. 63-0 over Red Hill. You know, they enjoyed throttling schools that were less talented and then bragging about it to the point where there was a lot of animosity built up, I think, towards
Well, I'm
Mount
glad
Carmel.
nobody here in Fairfield tried to do that with your basketball team this year.
We didn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad nobody did.
No.
Nobody did.
I thought the coach was pretty cool.
Well,
about
I mean,
that.
nobody came out with a T-shirt.
No,
scores of
no,
the Fairfield
no.
Mules. So
I don't think it would be as impressive as 72-0, which was what Mount Carmel was doing.
Well, I don't know. Some of those scores were
Some of
pretty
those scores were
impressive.
pretty lopsided. Yeah.
Got a call coming in,
All
so
right.
let's see what's going on there.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, their homecoming game program on the back cover would list how many years in a row they had beaten the teams in the NEC.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, Mount Carmel, yeah.
Yeah, that gets old, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
It does.
It gets old, and so I mean, there's a lot of people with memories.
But, you know, when I started my broadcasting career in 1967, the football program was good, but we were playing in the NEC at that time, and Mount Carmel was not always as dominant in football in the early and middle and late 60s. It's in the 70s is when they really started.
or they picked it up.
Yeah,
at least.
really. Yeah.
All right, I've got in my hands, my formerly milk-stained hands, the stack of stuff.
You
Milk
got a
stained?
little, you know what? We need to change that.
What?
It is not the sack of stuff anymore. It's
not
the
a-
load of bunk.
There you go. There you go. In my hands, I have the load of bunk. I've got to write that down.
Yeah,
The
write that
load
down.
of
You'll
bunk.
forget it,
That's
Mike.
good. You are very good at stuff like that. You really are. The load of bunk.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Or you could just refer to it as the Bible of bunk.
I like the load of bunk.
The
I
load of
like
bunk
the load of
kinds
bunk.
of flows a little better.
All right. By the way, I'm going to be tonight at the big Wayne County Farm Bureau dinner.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. They've got a very interesting speaker, and so I'm looking forward to be. The wife and I are going to both show up. It looks like a pretty nice menu.
Yeah,
as well.
I saw. Yeah,
Birthdays today. Willard Scott is 85 years old. Whether
You reckon he'll make 100?
he's only 85.
if he does, he's going to announce it on
Yeah,
himself. He's only 85. He's got 15 years till he can announce his name as a 100-year-old person.
Centurion.
He kind of looks like he's 100 now.
He is a weather presenter. Notice how I
He's
put
not a
that.
meteorologist.
No, he's not. He also is a well-known clown.
Really?
Did you know he was the original Ronald McDonald?
I did
No.
not know that.
Yes, the original Ronald McDonald. He married a lady by the name of Mary in '59. She passed away in 2002. He's got 2 kids. At age 80, he married Paris Kina, a former colleague in television, and they are still married. He was let go as Ronald McDonald because
He was too fat.
you got it. Well done, Rig. Yes, he was too fat.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember the controversy. Bryant Gumbel had an internal memo in NBC where he said that Willard Scott was, quote, killing the show, end of quote. And it was released. And there was a lot of problems on that show because
I
of
can
it.
imagine.
And Bryant is, he's no longer on the show, is he?
No.
No.
There's a lot of them that are no longer on the show.
Well, that's true. Good point. For one reason or
Anyway,
another.
Willard Scott, 85 today. Daniel J. Travanti, you mentioned this morning, from Hill Street Blues.
Yeah.
Played the character of Frank Furillo between 81 and 87. He's 79 years old today. He also played one of my favorite of all-time historical characters, Edward R. Murrow, in a movie entitled, appropriately, Murrow.
Okay. I remember the movie. I did not realize it was Daniel.
What was his
J.
sign-off?
Palante.
What was Murrow's sign-off? You guys are the right age to know this.
Yeah.
Good night and good luck. That was his
Right,
sign-off.
because he was doing from London.
He was. That
Yeah,
was
he
his
was.
big thing back
My
in the
mother's
1940s.
hometown.
Your mom's hometown?
Yeah, she grew up in London, England. Dad met her during World War II.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's something I had in common with Dave Land. His mother
Yes.
was from England.
Absolutely.
So was my mother.
Wow. Man. It took World War II to get you to be here, huh?
That's right.
All right, well. Michael York, 76 today. His real name is Michael Hugh Johnson. English actor, speaking of England. 70 films, including Romeo and Juliet, The Three Musketeers, Logan's Run. He was also in Austin Powers,
Yep.
if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
He is Oxford educated. He married a photographer assigned to shoot him. That's what you need to do. We need to get you a local photographer to shoot you, Dave.
Well, are you talking about with a camera?
Yes,
Or-
yes, yes.
Okay.
Then you ask her out for a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's contracted a disease. At first they thought it was bone cancer, but it's a very unique, rare disease. In 2013, he's had stem cell transplants since then. He's doing much better. So that is Michael York. Tammy Faye Baker. She would have been. She died at the age of 65.
You know, the makeup companies are still trying to recover from her loss.
Amazing. 2007. The PTL Club, co-founded with Jim, who's now back on cable.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
He's on from Branson, Missouri. And his big deal there. Now, okay, Reverend Rigg.
I'm not a
Okay.
reverend. I'm a brother.
Okay, Brother Rigg. His show focuses on you buying $70 buckets of food that the food does not spoil. It's like
It's like a
K-ration.
Survivor type thing.
Yes. All right. For a moment, if we are at the end times, why are you worried about buying a bucket of food?
You know, I've preached through the book of Revelation probably a dozen times, and clearly to me, Bible prophecy says that there's going to be a rapture.
Yes.
And all Christians are going to be taken out of here, so
Yep.
we're not going to be here when all the terrible
Right.
things that happened for 7 years.
Who needs a bucket of food?
Yeah.
Well, Jim Baker does because
Well-
he's sinned a lot.
Ooh. Cast not, Turner. Cast not.
I'm not casting. You know, I've got my bucket at home already. because I've
I have a bucket of bunk.
That's what I was thinking.
You know,
You
I just
got a
get
bucket of
turned
bunk.
off at these ministries that
Oh,
want to
yes.
go out selling stuff and
I know.
asking people to call in and buy this and buy that.
By the way, I just want to point out the WFIW food bucket will be we'll be pushing that here in the next few
loaded
weeks.
with donuts.
That's right.
That's right.
Lots of cinnamon rolls that if you put a little water on them, they taste just fine.
Huh? Actually, you know what? Instead of load of bunk, you could have the bucket o bunk because you know St. Patty's Day is coming up.
I'm changing
write
it.
that
I'm
down.
changing
Write
it.
that
Hold
down.
on. You remind me afterwards.
Here's
I've lost
the
my
pen.
pen. There it
Bunk.
is. Okay. The bucket o bunk.
I like that. That flows a little better than load of bunk.
I love it. We're going to use it.
All right.
All right. Tammy Faye married when Jim went into prison. She divorced him, and she married a guy by the name of Roe Messner. And Messner was the architect that helped build Heritage USA, the thing that got Baker put in prison. She died of cancer in 2006. Franco Harris, 69 years old today.
The Immaculate Reception.
Yes. Steelers, Seahawks. He was really one of the last of the prototypical fullbacks, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't find many fullbacks anymore. Hall of Fame in 1990, four-time Super Bowl champ. His son ran for mayor of Pittsburgh, got second in 2009. He's
Speaking of football,
Yes.
I had a call the other day, or somebody mentioned to me. You know, remember we mentioned O.J. Simpson went in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
He said, Paul Hornig and Roger Staubach may have went in before O.J. Simpson.
They went in before?
That's what he was thinking.
Huh. And the point being?
Well, I think you mentioned that O.J. Simpson was the first running back in the Hall of Fame.
Oh. Did I mention that?
I don't know about
It's been a
that.
few weeks ago, but I don't know. I mean, he may have.
I don't remember saying that.
It's been a few days since I.
No,
I'll
there
have
were
to-
other running backs before
I'll
that.
have to check the aging bucket O'Bunk to see whether or not I
there
actually
were some
said
running
that.
backs back in the 50s in the Hall of
Oh
Fame.
yeah, I would think so too.
Yeah.
Well, I would think so, but
Yeah. Anyway, he's a big supporter of his alma mater, Penn State. Does a lot of work for Penn State. Probably very disappointed that his coach got treated the way he did down the stretch. Anyway. Okay, on this date, March 7th, Alexander Graham Bell received a patent for the telephone in 1876. Speaking of Cincinnati, or Pittsburgh I was speaking of, how about Cincinnati? In 1908, the mayor announced before the city council that women are not physically fit to operate automobiles.
Wow.
okay.
1908. That was before, I guess, they could vote, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's not a real positive thing
I
for
would
your
not think
re-election,
so.
I would think.
No.
In 1933, the board game Monopoly was invented.
33, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Now, what's your strategy when you're in? You guys both have played Monopoly. What's the
Yeah, but
strategy?
it's been a while
What's your
since
go-to? You get the high rent stuff, or a bunch of the low rent stuff.
I go for a bunch of the low rent stuff and start adding hotels and.
so that it still costs big money when they land on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do people have to watch you to make sure you're not putting money under the board?
No, because
Brother Rig, you wouldn't do
My,
that. would you?
strategy,
No,
my
no.
strategy very seldom worked out.
All right. I always get killed in that too. All right. 1955, Peter Pan premiered on television for the first time. 1955, also, Ford Frick, the baseball commissioner, said he was in favor of legalizing the spitball.
Really?
Didn't realize it was ever considered to be.
Hey, I heard something the other, and I'm trying to remember where I heard it, but someone was saying that Bob Gibson admitted to throwing the spitball.
Oh, I've never heard that.
I've never heard that one either.
I'm trying
I
to
don't.
think.
Why would you need
who
the
said
spitball when you
that?
could throw the fastball he did?
Yeah, right. But somebody, I don't remember where I heard that, but somebody was saying that Bob Gibson admitted throwing the spitball.
I got to look that up.
I find that hard to believe.
I got to look that up. I don't believe that's the case, but it might be.
At which point, if he admitted to throwing a spitball,
Yeah.
wouldn't that endanger his chances of remaining in the Hall of Fame?
No,
No.
Necros. Both Necros are in.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but
I can't imagine. He wouldn't have needed it,
I
quite
don't
honestly.
think so. But
1975, the U.S. Senate revised. Oh, by the way, 1955, Phyllis Diller made her first debut as a stand-up comic. Remember
that was on
Fang?
that was on
Yeah.
the Johnny. Was that on
No,
the
it was
Tonight Show?
No, it was on. It was just doing stand-up at the
Okay.
Purple Onion in San Francisco. 1987, Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight title holder when he beat James Smith in a decision during a 12-round fight in Vegas.
Was he 19 or something like that?
I don't know,
Okay.
but young.
Yeah.
And in 2002, a federal judge awarded Anna Nicole Smith more than $88 million in damages. The ruling was the latest in a legal battle over the estate of Smith's late husband. You remember this guy?
Yep.
J. Howard Marshall II. His kids were not happy that she had. He used to come to the joint where she danced.
Yeah.
She, found out that he was like a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Showed special interest in him. He married her.
Yep. And it was kind of like a Tony Randall thing. He was like 90 and she was, 30 or something?
I might even be broader than that.
Yeah.
The Tony Randall thing. You heard that on here? Tony Randall's 75. He got married to a 25-year woman and had 2 kids.
Oh, my great-great-grandfather beats that.
No, tell us.
All right.
I love this kind of bunk.
Yeah,
I know.
My great-great-grandfather, his name was Arthur Rigg, okay? So he and his wife have 8 children. She dies when he's at the age of 53. He marries a 19-year-old girl and proceeds to have 7 more kids by her.
God. gosh.
Now, Eric Rigg over at Albion.
Yeah.
Okay. He and I share the same great-great-grandfather. I'm out of the first wife. Eric's out of the second wife.
Wow.
Yeah,
Isn't
8
that-
out of the first wife and 7 out. He was 53 and married a 19-year-old girl.
Here's my question for that one. You sure that ain't a load of bunk?
We have boundless bunk here.
I got the
All kinds of bunk.
Ancestry.com proof.
Wow. That's a story. All right. I've got other stuff, but we probably ought to nip the bunk in the bud right now.
In the bunk.
And take a time out. You're listening and watching Morning Coffee on WFIW. Back in a moment.
Step out of the ice age. Download Dairy Queen's app and never miss a deal on your favorite fan food. This month, sweet or spicy? That is the question. At Dairy Queen, you can get both with the sweet and spicy glazed chicken basket. What is the best time for ice cream? Anytime. But for the best deals, visit Monday through Thursday, 2 to 5 during happy hour for $2 treats. Don't forget to stop by on Mondays from 2 to 4 and play a game of bingo for a chance to win your favorite DQ treat.
At WFIW and WOKZ, we realize that kids' ball games, caring for a family member, and a host of other things sometimes makes a part-time job more practical. Consider working at WFIW and WOKZ in sales and marketing, say 15 to 20 hours a week. You might not get rich, but you can earn some good money while working flexible hours. Contact WFIW and WOKZ for more information. The original company is an equal opportunity employer.
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when service stations posted their out-of-gas signs for the first time in about 5 years? The U.S. finally recognized mainland China, whose leader, Deng Xiaoping, was picked as Time Magazine's Man of the Year. Pete Rose signed with the Phillies for almost $900,000 a year. Theaters were showing Superman and the Deer Hunter, and this is what the new music sounded like. Think you got it? Well, hold on. The answer and just a touch of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. Whole pork butts, 99 cents a pound, and they are sold whole only. Boneless, skinless chicken breast, $1.79 a pound. Jumbo fresh pineapples, $1.69, and dozen large eggs, 65 cents each. Prices good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store on West Main Street in Fairfield. Give them a like on Facebook.
December 1978. Everybody gets too much heaven.
The Bee Gees and Too Much Heaven, the top song of December 1978. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
FCHS students, are you looking for a way to save lunch money? Visit the Big Deal store and purchase discounted certificates from Jackie's Lunchbox.
This is the show about nothing. Morning Coffee, streaming on YouTube and live on the station listened to, not just heard, WFIW.
Morning Coffee is brought to you by TTT Designs at 1411 West Main in Fairfield. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Oh, I've been trying to find something about Bob Gibson and a spitball.
Well, I remembered now where I heard that,
Okay.
Mike.
All
It
right.
was on a Law and Order Criminal Intent episode at the end of the Fred Thompson, who plays the
former senator from Tennessee.
Yeah, but in the program he's playing the district attorney.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
and they're talking about cheaters, and he says, "Well, Bob Gibson's in the Hall of Fame, and he admitted to throwing the spitter," which I don't believe.
Oh, anyway, I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
because that might be bunk for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gayle King is in the midst of a multi-million-dollar negotiation with CBS News to stay on CBS this morning. She wants George Stephanopoulos type money, which means he got $15 to $18 million to stay at ABC. Now, here's the thing. By the way, we are still talking with Megyn Kelly at this point.
Oh, yeah?
For our purposes here.
I hadn't heard
Yeah,
anything.
our talks
lately.
have hit a wall. She said that she wanted us to throw in $60 for her to get hypnosis at the Landing this weekend. Apparently, she's put on a few pounds. And I said, pay for it yourself, and that's where it stalled.
Yeah,
quite honestly. So I'm not.
All right.
Go ahead.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I got a question for Dave.
Yeah.
Rig. What's a few of the best high school gymnasiums you've ever been to?
All right.
Well, El Dorado ranks right up there as one of the best ones.
Absolutely.
Centralia, I don't know if it's still the same one that I went to years ago. Had a great.
It's been new. It's new now.
Well, okay, so it's not the same one that I went to.
It's a palace.
Yeah, and Olney's got a good one. Olney's got a great gym.
I thought the old
It depends
Paris
on
gymnasium was great.
Huh?
Which one?
The old Paris gymnasium.
I never went to that.
Evelyn Gym over there in Paris. That was a great gym.
Yeah. It's hard. It depends on, what you're looking for. If you're looking for size, well, there are some that would not fit in that. If you're talking about comfort in sitting, some gyms, the seating is not very comfortable. McLeansboro, I think, has a nice gymnasium
it's
right
beautiful.
now.
Yeah, they've got a palace.
That's a great place down there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the best ones.
That's a good answer.
Saw a gym a few years. It's a new gym, but it's got the feel of an old gym.
Yeah.
Georgetown La Salette High School.
Never heard of it.
Lawrenceville. Lawrenceville's got a great gym.
Oh,
there.
yes.
La Salette is a private school in Georgetown, Illinois, north of
Okay.
Paris. Okay. They have built a gym that is very reminiscent of the old time gyms with the brick and the scoreboards. And it's a great place to see a game because it's an all-boys school.
Yeah.
And every student in the school attends the gym. They all stand up and sing the national anthem.
Really?
Yeah.
Nobody takes a knee?
And no, nobody takes a knee. And to top it all off, it's run by a French monastery.
Yes.
And one of the assistant coaches is a priest who's wearing the long black robe. And how intimidating is that to come out of the locker room and the assistant coach, you come out and you go, oh boy.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a really cool gym.
I can't add to the conversation. You both have pointed to the ones that I think are Southern Illinois basketball palaces, quite honestly.
Well, I've done games. I broadcast state finals up at the Assembly Hall at Champaign 3 times, I think it was.
I think it's a shame that they aren't there.
Exactly.
I do.
All the state tournaments ought to be right there in
Absolutely.
Champaign at the central location rather than up north.
I agree. Here's an interesting story. An unemployed New Jersey man who bought a winning $273 million lottery ticket last week said that he accidentally misplaced it at the store. He returned the next day and picked it up. According to report, Mike Wiersky, 54 years old, said he bought 2 Mega Millions tickets at the Quick Check in New Jersey on February 28th, but left them there. When he returned the next day, the store was holding them in a drawer. Isn't that nice?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. A good Samaritan had reportedly found them and had given them to the clerk.
Talk about a luck of break.
I've had
Lucky
a couple
break.
of times where I've bought, because you can't win if you don't play.
Yeah.
I would, get some gasoline and I'd get, a couple bucks. Then I'd put it in my back pocket. And then I would forget it was in my back pocket. And then Carol would wash it. And all it is was and I was convinced, here's my biggest fear. My biggest fear would be that Jeff Vaughn would come out with a news story the next morning saying, the state lottery says there was a big winner in Fairfield,
but not claimed yet.
And I don't
Why didn't you put those in your wallet?
I don't have a wallet. I have just got a little money clip. No, just a money clip. You know what I mean? What happened was...
Well, what do you keep your driver's license and all that stuff?
Right there in the money clip.
Money clip.
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
Well, is there not room for put a lottery ticket in there?
Yeah, I can clip it. That's what I do now.
Oh, okay.
After that incident, I
Okay.
clip it right here with my money. And the truth of the matter is, why I did this, my kids, my sons all do this, so they talked me into it. I was starting to sit lopsided. Not because I had so much money.
Well, that was my next question.
No, not because I had
Spend
so
a
much
little
money. No, I would have every card. I'd have every picture of my kids and stuff like that. And I noticed as I was sitting or driving, I was like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
You were the Leaning Tower of Dreith.
That's right. So I put all this bunk in this money clip, and I put it in my left
bunk
pocket.
clip.
It's a. I got my bunk right there. So anyway, this guy won, and probably his life will be ruined now because he's got $275 million.
And he's probably going to that person that found those tickets and turned them in, and he's probably saying,
Have
hey,
you guys
you know
ever-
what? I'm glad you saved those because my wife was going to have my bunk if I lost them.
Have you guys ever done any research on what happens to the lives of people who do?
It doesn't usually end out well.
It doesn't usually. That's right. It doesn't.
Nope. I'd like to have the opportunity.
Well, and be the exception.
There is now a TV show on where there's a guy who goes out and searches for homes for lottery winners.
Oh.
For them to buy.
I see.
Yeah.
That's his job?
Well, it's on
Oh,
TV.
it's a TV show.
It's his
Okay.
he hosts this show where he
I
goes finds
would-
houses for lottery dream winners.
I think I would be very generous if that happened.
Yeah, but how are you going to draw a line?
Well, I mean, everybody's going to have their hand out.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you a story in a second. Go ahead.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yes, I heard you guys talking about Bob Gibson.
Yes.
Which I've read a lot of books, some that he, is autobiography, what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
And I think the spitball deal is a bunch of hooey.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd need it.
Yeah.
He didn't need it.
No. He had an incredible curveball, a slider that was devastating. And
Plus, he would throw at hitters, too.
Yes,
and he had that scowl.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, when he looked at you, you knew you was in trouble.
Yeah. Hitters
And,
feared Bob Gibson.
Yes.
Yeah, and I always liked because back then, if the opposing pitcher hit somebody, they knew they was going to get hit.
And harder by Gibson.
Yeah.
And harder by Gibson. And that was all there was to it, That happened, and then they went ahead and played the game. And which I still think they ought to go by them old rules like that.
I think you and I agree on
Yeah,
that.
those are the unwritten rules of baseball.
By the skin, he got their attention.
I think they did something wrong in baseball when they did that.
You know,
quite
what I
honestly.
think happened there is the writers of that script for that Law and Order Criminal Intent episode mixed up Bob Gibson with Gaylord Perry. Because I think, isn't Perry in the whole thing?
Absolutely.
And he admitted to throwing the
absolutely.
spitball.
Everybody knew he had
That's
junk.
why I think the writers got the wrong picture.
He'd even go through the routine of touching
Yeah.
his hair.
Yeah.
and-
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, Gibson's roommate on the Cardinals was Bill White.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals traded Bill White. And the next season, Bill White came up against Bob Gibson, and he hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Gibson was
Did you ever
tenacious.
see him pitch?
Oh, yes.
I did
Absolutely.
too.
Many
Yeah.
times. Many times. I thought the world of him. I think he's the definition of competitor.
Oh,
quite
yeah.
honestly.
And believe it or not, he's the definition of class.
Yeah.
I got a
sure.
chance to meet Bob Gibson one time.
Well, I wish I had.
Yeah, I met him
we
too.
were actually down on the field at Busch Stadium.
Right.
At a place I used to work, they used to have that town's day at Busch Stadium, and they'd always pick a few people to go down on the field, and we're down on the field messing around, and out walks Bob Gibson, shakes everybody. What a classy guy.
Yeah. I interviewed Pete Rose one time. I've got a recording at home of an interview I did with Pete Rose.
I've never met either. I think probably the one that I greatly admired the most, nobody ever remembers anymore. I loved the way that Ken Reitz played third base.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I went...
The Zamboni.
Yeah. I went and I met him and went down on the field. And, you know, the guy, I could beat him in the 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
And my nickname in high school was Cold Gravy because Cold Gravy doesn't run. But he was so slow of foot, but he was so quick. Now I was going to tell you a story. I was going to tell you, okay. So I come to an agreement with a college down in Southern Illinois to no longer be their college president. Okay, so they pay out my contract.
Okay.
And this station and the newspaper decide to put on the front page what that figure was. Okay. And immediately I got 2 emails from people saying, I need some money.
Yeah, sure.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
believe it.
I don't doubt it. You know, doing interviews on the field at Busch Stadium is how me and my wife Pat got together.
Really?
Yeah, I took her, at that time she had 2 boys, Tony and Tim, and I had 4 tickets to a Cardinal ball game.
Right.
So I asked my brother, Troy, to invite 2 of his classmates to go with us. So he picks out 2 boys in his class. Tony was one of them. So we go to the stadium. I take them down on the field. They sit in the dugout while I'm doing interviews out on the field. And Tony was the only one who brought a camera. So I took some pictures of the boys in the dugout with Lou Brock and so on. So when I take Tony home, I tell his mom, I said, you know, we've got these pictures and some of these other boys would like to have copies. And she said, so whenever I get copies made of these pictures, I'll call you and you can come out. And that's how we got started.
Oh, you dog, you.
Yeah.
Well, that's slick.
And it lasted 42 years.
That was slick. You're resourceful. You're going to be okay. Here's a story. This will hit home here in this county and in Edwards County. A group of people stand in the middle of a busy Vernon Avenue in Los Angeles on a chilly Sunday night as a big rig hauling pigs slows down to a halt just in front of them. 2 minutes, screams one. 2 minutes. The 18-wheeler driver listlessly stares ahead as about 60 animal rights activists who silently amass across the street go towards the trailer of the livestock trailer. There, they give water bottles through the trailer's grates.
Water bottles?
To the startled hogs. People with pump-action sprayers splash the upper deck. 2 men, I try to find this, they're giving a last drink to 250 doomed Yorkshires, the pigs. And the whole idea is these vigils go on and have gone on since 2017. There have been famous folks like Joaquin Phoenix, the actor, show up there.
Yeah.
Do these people not eat bacon? Where would we have pork burgers if we didn't have Yorkshires to offer up?
I think it's just cruel for those activists to do that.
Why would you say that?
Because it gives those pigs hope.
I don't think a pig thinks that far ahead. I'll tell you what would really be bad. The smell and the stench of that water coming off that truck.
Yeah.
As they hose them down.
What do you think offering up a bowl of water to a hog that's about to go into a slaughter plant does for the hog?
Gives them hope that they may be going to some place, to Sunny Valley.
I don't think they think that far ahead.
Turner, that's just computer-generated bunk.
I think so.
Yes.
Because, we're all about computer-generated bunk.
Right here. This is your
I
computer-generated
raised dogs
bunk
for
station.
years, and I don't think they'd.
I
don't think they'd worry about that.
You don't think they'd go, hey,
no,
hey, Betty, guess what?
Yeah.
We got some water. We must not be going to the slaughter plant.
I don't think
We're
so.
not going to be pork burgers for the golf course this weekend.
So.
I mean, that's heresy here.
It's silliness.
The home of the pork burger.
Silliness. That's what it is.
All right. Well, I've got
we've got to take a break.
We do.
We do take a break, and then I've got one other story, and then you've got trivia today. All right, Dave Riggs got trivia. We'll be back with more Morning Coffee after this.
Everyone is talking about the future these days. With help from me, Steve Thompson, and Country Financial, you can own your future. All you need is the right plan to get you started. The kind of plan that will take into account all the things in your life that matter most. I can work with you to put the pieces in place with insurance solutions to help secure a comfortable tomorrow. No matter what stage of life you're in, now is the time to start developing a plan to own your future.
Trivent's herbicide has 3 modes of action. That's like a person with
3 different voices, each one that has a different strength.
a different power. 3 different ways to defeat weeds in your soybean fields. If one doesn't work,
The other one will.
attack.
Protect. Yield.
Defeat weeds with the power of 3. DuPont Trivent's herbicide from Corteva Agriscience, Agriculture Division of Dow DuPont. Learn more at defeatweeds.com.
Black's Fashion Flowers in downtown Fairfield can make any occasion more special with custom-designed floral arrangements and gift items. Check out their selection of Southern Illinois-made Ravenswood Hollow soaps and lotions, Fannie Mae candies, Southern Sisters gourmet food items, and clean-burning soy candles. Black's also has a wide selection of sympathy items. Plus, they're your home for tuxedo rentals from Jim's Formal Wear. Give them a call at 847-7076 or stop in at 310 East Main. Black's Fashion Flowers, your florist with a personal touch, across from the courthouse in downtown Fairfield.
Research shows that on average, 50% of Americans carry cash while 77% carry a smartphone. Wouldn't you love to pay a friend with just a few clicks on your phone? Well, now you can. This is Jessica Sanders at the Fairfield Banking Company, and I'm excited to introduce Spin. Spin is a person-to-person payment option that allows you to send money instantly via our mobile app. Pay your beautician, your babysitter, anyone that has a debit card and smartphone. Give us a call or stop by any of our 4 branches for more details. The Fairfield Banking Company, we're the hometown banks, member FDIC.
March is the time to save some green, and that's exactly what you can do when you shop at Ubinger's Furniture Company. And now, for a limited time, Ubinger's is offering up to 2 years free financing. Minimum purchase, payment, and approval required. See store for details. This way you can get your home all spruced up and comfy for spring. But hurry out before this deal is gone. Only at Ubinger's Furniture Company, where the deal's worth a drive. Highway 50 East, Flora.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Sheldon Bunning from Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler on the phone. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, Mark.
How are things over at Le Mans this morning?
They're good. They're good. A little warmer this morning. So that's
Yeah,
always welcome.
going to like that. So, we talked last night about the Wayne County Shrine Pork Burger Pork Chop Cookout. That is coming up this Saturday.
That is correct. That is correct. What'd they say? Food may be ready about 10 o'clock, hopefully?
Yep. Well, if you're sampling, you got to taste test them. So, if you want to be a taste tester, you got to be there about 9, right?
That's probably so. That would be correct.
Are you a taste tester, Sheldon?
I will not be up there Saturday. I will be here slaving away. But
Okay.
I did cook last night, and there was some sampling going on. I will say that.
Well, wait a minute. I cooked. Sheldon
You
cooked.
were also there. Mark was.
Yeah,
Mark
that's
was
right. I
invited as a
helped.
guest. Mark was invited as a guest and wound up running the grill with me. So I don't know how that worked out for him, but
Well, I got
it
out
worked
there.
out good for us because we had an extra cook on duty. So
You
yeah.
betcha. And I got out there to sample some pork. So
Well, you're sacrificing greatly for the good of your business, Sheldon, and I want to salute you for that.
Yeah. All right. So what do you got going on? Spring is coming up, and everybody's wanting a Jeep nowadays.
Well, the Jeep is a popular lineup. I do have some specials on some 18 models, some new 18s. I was kind of looking through those. I have a brand new 18 Compass. It is a Latitude 4x4, but we have it marked down a lot. It's very well equipped, 4x4, good-looking little SUV, good fuel mileage. But that was almost a $31,000 Jeep, and we have it priced online at $23,902.
That's like $8,000 in savings.
That is correct. We've got some of the little Renegades. We've got a few of those left. The 19s are probably just starting to hit the ground, but we've got some big deals on those. I've got a nicely equipped little Renegade Latitude 4x4. I mean, it's a 4x4 as well, but I think we've got it marked down to $20,276. And some big discounts on our 18 Wranglers as well. I think we've got up to between $5,000 and $6,000 off some of those models. So.
All right. People are getting their taxes done, and a lot of rebates are flying, or a lot of refunds are flying around. What do you got for folks who get those refunds needing a new car?
Well, you can use it towards a used car or even your down payment on a new one. I did talk with Gabe this morning. We've got some specials on the General Motors side of things. We've got a few 18s we need to move out. But we've got a brand new 18 Enclave on the ground. It is 15% off MSRP. Very, very nice vehicle. We've got just a handful of 18 Silverados left I think they're all crew cab trucks in the half tons, but we've got those marked at 20% off MSRP. And he has a Malibu that he wants to find a new home for really bad because we have marked it down 25%. It is a brand new LT, nicely equipped Malibu car, and we have that car priced at $19,999.
That is a deal, man. Good deal. All righty. Sheldon, as always, you can check out the entire inventory at LeMansOnline.com. That'll get you to either one of the stores that you have there, right?
Yep, that's a splash page. It'll pull up, and it'll have both stores there. And if you're looking at used, you can go to either store, and all of our used is on both websites. So.
All righty. Thank you much, Sheldon. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you next Monday.
All right. You guys have a great weekend.
All right. You too. All right, Sheldon Bunning from Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler joins us every Monday and Thursday here on the WFIW Morning Show. Don't forget the Wayne County Shrine Club Pork Burger Pork Chop Sale. It's coming up this Saturday in front of the courthouse in downtown Fairfield. In case of rain, it's going to be moved to the Masonic Lodge at the corner of 1st and Delaware with drive-through service in back. They'll start things out about 10 o'clock. Time for that radar weather brought to you this morning by Stumpy's.
Are you tired of mowing around or looking at that ugly tree stump in your yard? Removing a tree stump doesn't have to be a burden. Stumpy's can make the process quick and easy. A local business started by Clay Marks through the Mount Carmel CEO program offers free estimates, cheap rates, cleanup, and no mess after the job is completed. Clay guarantees you'll be happy with his work, so call him today at 838-0635. That's 838-0635.
Fairfield area forecast calling for clouds today with a high of 40. 50% chance for rain or snow tonight, low 32. 40% chance for rain tomorrow, high 45. Thunderstorms a possibility on Saturday, high 62. Clouds and 50 on Sunday, and for Monday, cloudy skies with a high of 48. Overnight low was 31. Yesterday's high was 46. Currently, humidity at 68%, winds are calm, and the pressure at 30.39. Cloudy skies right now, we've got 32 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar weather showing that line of snow showers moving to the southeast, stretching clear across the state of Illinois, coming in from the northwest. And radar weather brought to you this morning by Stumpy's. Contact Clay Marks on Facebook or at 838-0635 to get your free estimate today. He'll remove unwanted tree stumps, help whip your yard back into shape.
This is the show about nothing. Morning Coffee, streaming on YouTube and live on the station listened to, not just heard. WFIW.
Morning Coffee brought to you by TTT Designs at 1411 West Main in Fairfield. They're ready to complete your idea. Mules attire perfect for every season in sizes newborn through 5XL. Visit TTT Designs at 1411 West Main in Fairfield for all your printing needs.
By the way, let me retract. I got a call from Megan Kelly. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that she wanted the $60 for the hypnosis. That was probably inappropriate on my part. So I'm taking that back.
Take it back.
And I want to mention also the Quail Upland Game Alliance. The South Central chapter will be having their Liars Banquet coming up. That's going to be on Friday, March 22nd at the Fairfield First Christian Church. If you want tickets, give me a call later. Dick Dietz will be there, the mayor of McLeansboro. Well, look at this. Mike Dreeth will be also giving a load of bunk at the Liars Banquet. True or false? Who knows?
Is it going to be computer-generated bunk?
No, it will not be. It'll be live bunk. Don Hale, the former school superintendent, will be there. Well, we've got a full lineup of really good liars.
Have you been thinking about the lie?
Oh, yes. I had to come up with it. I had to give them I had to audition.
You audition?
Yes. I know my lie.
Is there a prize for
Now,
the most outlandish liar? Or?
Oh, there's some sort of prize.
Okay.
I'd probably get an extra pork chop if they don't save the hog on the way there.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, you got a call?
I do.
We better do this before we get to Dave's
Good
quick
morning. You're on
trivia.
Morning Coffee.
Yes, I heard you talking about the Shriners, with their pork burger. Now, the I-9 Motor Patrol Shriners, which are some from Fairfield, Albion, Mount Carmel, Albany. But we're having the 4th annual Wabash County Quail Hunt, March the 16th.
Okay.
And this is one of these, you pay so much, and they turn the birds loose, all this. But about 6 o'clock in the morning, you can eat breakfast, and then they'll hunt, all this. But you go about 4 miles east of West Salem on the Lancaster Road, then turn south, go 2 miles, and, watch for the signs. And then if you got any questions, you can call 618-262-6090.
All right. We'll do that. Thank you very much. I can shoot quail if you throw it up in front of me. All right. Go ahead, Dave.
All right. Andy Griffith Show.
Yes.
My favorite program. Started in the early 1960s and is still available today in cable and satellite TV stations.
There's a whole
It's
new...
on Netflix, too.
Yeah. All right. First question. The fictional town of Mayberry is located in which state?
I know that, I think.
I do, too.
Well, you go ahead.
I can even tell you the town.
Okay.
Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Right.
Perfect.
All right. What was the name of the theme song to the Andy Griffith Show?
Boy, I wish I knew that. I don't, because I thought that would be a great theme for us, but I'm afraid YouTube would get mad at us.
Yeah, they would.
Either Going Fishing or Fishing Hole.
The Fishing Hole.
Good job, Turner.
What was the name of the barber in the Andy Griffith Show?
His first name was Floyd, but I don't know what his second name is. Do you?
Yep, Floyd Lawson.
Correct.
You are good at this.
What was the name of the often mentioned but never seen Mayberry telephone operator?
I want to say it was Sarah.
Correct.
Yep.
Remember when Barney would call and he'd want to talk to somebody down at the diner?
Yeah, well, that's the next question.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Barney Fife had a girlfriend who never appears on the show but is often mentioned. What was her name?
Oh, she was at the diner.
Oh, I know.
You?
Yeah.
Who?
Juanita.
Juanita Beasley. Beasley.
I didn't know the
All right.
last name. But...
What was the name of the diner where Juanita worked?
I just knew it as the diner.
Ah.
The Greasy Spoon?
No.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
The Bluebird Diner.
Bluebird.
The Bluebird Diner. All right. The Nut character is often seen breaking windows with rocks around Mayberry.
That's very easy. I'm not giving our listeners any time whatsoever, but Ernest T. Bass was his name.
Very good. All right.
Look at me.
It's me. It's Ernest T.
It's Ernest T. Okay. Andy and Helen Crump first met when she approached him regarding problems with Opie's performance in what school subject?
Oh, probably. I'm going to take a wild guess and say math.
Yeah,
but
I think it's math too.
No, it was history.
History.
Really?
History. Yeah.
Hope he didn't know.
Remember
history.
then, because Andy then had to tell a wild, concocted story relating to history to get the boys all interested in it.
And it wasn't
You
true.
remember?
Yeah.
No, it was, but he kind of jazzed it up a little bit
He
to show the
embellished.
boys that history's not dull.
That's right.
History is not a mystery.
It's not a load of bunk.
All right. What is the name of the little sandwich-loving cowboy character played by Clint Howard,
That's my
who was the
favorite
real-life
character.
brother of Ron Howard?
Leon.
Leon, that's right.
My favorite
Okay.
character in Andy Griffith.
All right.
It's clear we've watched some Andy Griffith.
I
isn't it?
know.
All right. Name 2 characters who became Andy Taylor's girlfriends. I'll give you a hint. There were 4 of them through the
Wow.
series that he had.
Well, of course, Helen Crump.
Helen Crump. That's who he married eventually on Mayberry RFD.
Okay. Well, there was. Boy, let me think.
Who was the first one he had?
Do you know?
I'll give you a hint.
Mark?
She was a druggist.
Oh, Ellie Mae.
Ellie Walker.
Ellie
Walker.
Ellie. Miss Ellie.
And then you want to throw in any others? You want me to just tell you?
Go ahead.
Okay. The other was a nurse, Mary Simpson.
I don't remember that.
And then there was Karen Moore, who was a sharpshooter with the shotgun.
She was related to Thelma Lou.
Yeah. And then there was, of course, Gail Davis. Gail Davis played Karen Moore, and Mary Simpson was played by Julie Adams, and then Sue Ann Langdon. All right, one other question here. Let's see.
All right, what time is it? We got how much time we got?
About time for one more.
All right. Okay.
This has
what
been
was
good.
the name of the Taylor's first housekeeper before Aunt Bee?
I don't know.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
That was Rose.
Rose.
What
Okay.
food does Aunt Bee make that Barney declares tastes like kerosene?
Pickles.
Pickles. One
Remember
other.
the episode when the Russians came to town?
No.
All right,
No?
another.
Pickles.
In one episode, who played the beautiful manicurist that worked in Floyd's barbershop?
Barbara Eden.
Oh,
Well, you
yes.
guys are good.
Yeah. Okay. We got to shut her down because we're getting close to 9 o'clock. Dave Rigg is always fun to have here. Good luck to you, and thank you for what you do on the weekend here. I love your program, Bluegrass Gospel. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. I enjoy doing it.
Dave Rigg, we'll talk to you tomorrow on Morning Coffee.
Lisa Konopasek.
Yes, we'll have fun with Lisa.
It's what you've been looking for. WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois, and WFIWradio.com, the news leader in southeastern Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City, where there's everyday low prices on Serta, Ashley, Catnapper, and Benchcraft mattresses.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Former Trump attorney Michael Cohen's lawyer Lanny Davis says Cohen did look into the idea of a presidential pardon after the FBI raided his home and office before changing his mind. Cohen said in Congress last week,
I have never asked for, nor would I accept, a pardon from President Trump.